Hi, my name's Yasmin and I'm the DM.
Hi, my name is Samantha. I play Elora Greyvale and she is a sorceress from the province of Nephalia.
Hi, I'm Ryan. I play Ogvar Shawfort, the goat-herding, mushroom-seeking ranger from Kessig.
Hi, I'm Rick, and I play Otto, a spring sage from Hanweir sworn to the land, wandering the plain and setting wrongs to right with his ursine companion, Bojo.
When we left in episode 194, the crowds had begun to disperse. Elora, Eric and Jenric located Hans back to his home amongst familiar surroundings and personal creature comforts where he could be better cared for. The druid reverted to a more familiar human form, and in the absence of the disruptive Davey, Otto began to organise tools and provisions that his reconnaissance party would need to properly clear the caverns of the mine once and for all. It was whilst visiting the equipment warehouse, it was to a young miner named Evan that Otto offered a leadership role for their upcoming expedition. Sometime later, a freshly dressed former foreman had returned to the fold. And despite his foul manners and mood, Otto, Evan and the men were now ready to make a return to the scene of the cult's crimes. Bidding them a fond farewell, Elora imbued Esther with some arcane armour for protection and left them all a little pearl of wisdom for the somewhat sour Davey. The party were once again split, and attending to their individual tasks, Ogvar and Elora were grateful to settle on a blanket and enjoy an afternoon tea provided by the wonderful Mr. Whistlemeyer, who had once again outdone himself. Checking that all was okay shipside, Elora paid a visit to Paul, whilst Ogvar elected to scavenge from the land. Studying his gifted book from Professor Portiabello, he attempted to track down some mushrooms with particular properties. Locating some Velitas ausum, golden crown, giggle caps, dream shades and brawling balls, which, we were told, were brown, of the button type and something to do with bludgeoning. Oh, and also some Orzo's kiss. Let's not forget that one, which according to Portia's notes, sent one violently Italian. Although, on the plane of Innistrad, I really have no idea what Italian is. So please, do not address any emails of complaint to my department. Thus, Ogvar had clearly been successful in his searches, despite being swatted at by a bad-tempered woman wielding her besom. And yes, just to clarify, I did say besom, in case anyone might have misheard. Episode 195, The Holy House.
Okay, so we'll leave that there for the moment and head back to Elora, who disappeared up onto the ship. Disappearing up onto the ship, you were able to head below decks, longingly look at your bed, your room as you pass it, and you were able to make your way eventually to the kitchen to see Paul.
Yes,
Paul is running a tight ship. You can see that he's twirling around with a mop, cleaning the floors.
Hey Paul! It feels like ages since I last saw you. It's been a heck of a couple of days. It's been terrible. How are you? You alright?
Oh, I don't feel like death anymore.
Well, that's good, isn't it?
I've forgotten what voice I used. I think that's about right. Is that right?
Yeah, sounds good.
It's pretty close.
Yeah.
We'll go with it. It's been so long since I've done Paul's voice.
Thank you very much for the food that you sent down when we were in the mine. That was badly needed, and everyone really appreciated that. And thank you for the little picnic that we just had. Here, I've got your stuff for you. She's going to turf out the plate and bits and pieces that she's carrying. The ground blanket thing, tartan thing, checkered thing, gingham, whatever it was. And she's just going to pop those on the side in the galley. Hey, you got this place looking really good, and your cooking really is good. So thank you for that. You've been a great addition to our team.
Paul nods at you, going slightly translucent as he does so. And he quickly picks up all of the plates and starts moving them about, popping them into a wash barrel, and folding up the blanket as he does so.
Is there anything else that we can get you for the galley? Is there anything that you need? I mean, we can pick up supplies in town. But is there anything specific that you need?
No, all good.
And you've settled yourself into one of the spare cabins on the other side? Because there are a couple of spares. You know that you can take one of those for your bits and pieces and settle yourself in there.
Oh yes, there's plenty of places for me to go to rest.
Okay, all right, that's fine. I'm gonna be hopping off and going back into town. Everybody's out and about. Esther and Otto have gone back up to the mine, and Kaif. I'm not sure that you've met him yet, but we're going to have somebody else that'll be joining us for a while. So it'll be another mouth to feed, I'm afraid, but I thought, well, I'd better let you know, and then you know what you're doing, don't you? Otto, Ogvar and I are going to go and do some bits and pieces in town and see if we can help these poor folks. They've lost people, and children included, and it's not nice. We're going to see what we can do to support them. So if you need, that's where we'll be. And she's just going to nod, turn away, and she's going to walk back. Just take another look through the ship, make sure everything's where it should be, and yeah, I'm going to leave Paul to his domain. He seems just okay where he is, so I'm going to go back down the ladder, and she's going to head off towards, well, I guess the church.
Okay, yeah. You head into town, head towards the church. Obviously, you know where you're going here. And I assume you're going to enter.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. She'll quietly turn the ring on the door and push the door open if it's not already open, and wander in and take a first look at the church.
Yeah, you open up the door. It's not locked, it's just a simple latch. You open it up and step inside. And the interior of the church is cool. It's not warm by any stretch outside, but there's a unique cool dankness to this building. And you step inside and you're able to see this is a very tight, very tightly run place. The stone floors are polished and clean. The pews are free of dust. Cushions and the various accoutrements tidied and stacked away tidily. You can see that it's laid out in a congregation style, but there is a room, there is area at the one of the side rooms. You'd assume that this building has almost like kind of two wings on the side. They're not massive, but one room, one on the left hand side appears as you look through the open doorway, appears to be a kind of a central meeting place, almost like a town hall meeting place. You can see that it's a fairly empty room with a podium on one end, so you'd assume that when meetings happened, this would be where they'd occur, and they'd open up and use the church for this purpose. The other side, the other wing, the right hand side, the door is closed, and you're unable to see beyond. But the church is well kept. At the far end there is an altar with a stone, not a bust, it's the stone symbol of Avacyn upon it. This one obviously whole, clean, and the altar top is decorated with a varied array of flowers and herbs. Things like lavender, some calla lilies, daisies, forget-me-nots, just sprays of colour, very rustic flowers, very humble. There is a offering bowl with a couple of copper coins, a couple of silver coins, and just the various accoutrements that you'd expect. The windows are clean, they are grime-free, they look like they are cleaned regularly. Small rectangular panes of glass, polished to perfection. But at the far end, above the altar, there is a bigger stained glass piece, which depicts a full silver moon amidst midnight blue panels.
Right. Okay. I think Elora would feel quite little humbled, and I think she would feel quite less uncomfortable than she perhaps would have done a few months ago. I think she sees this as a place of strength and safety, actually. Or she'd certainly like to think so. She's going to call out. Hello? As a voice echoes down the church. Hello, is there anybody, well, home? Hello?
You hear a slight shuffling to your right-hand side from behind the door. And the door, there is a clinking as not the lock, but it's like one of those, I can't think of the word for it, metal, you push it up, it's a latch, that's what I'm going for.
Like a thumb latch type thing, yeah.
Kind of, yeah. You hear the clink as that lifts out of its keep and drops down as the door's moved. And stepping through is this priestess that you saw. She's cleaned up a little bit. She's still wearing, it hasn't been any time past. She's still wearing her same priestly robes. But she appears to have cleaned up. But you can see the distinct reddening and pinkness under her eyes, which betray the fact that she has been crying recently. And make me a spot check, please.
Okay, spot. I can't see that in this light. Hang on, bear with me. I can't read the die. Oh, okay. That's an 18 plus a 7 for whatever that is. Is it 24? 18 plus 7. No. 18 plus 7, so that's 25. Sorry, 25, yeah. Rubbish at maths.
Okay. 25. 25 is good. As you look, you catch past her. Catch sight past her. And it is behind her that you see what is clearly this other wing. It appears to be split. The room she's entering from is a corridor of sorts. But you can see this area has been split into two separate rooms. Doors open on each side. One of them, they're both humble in their decoration. But one of them is clearly a young, what you would say is a girl's room. She's a young woman, but it holds vestiges of childhood. A soft pink blanket, small trinkets and gifts hanging about the room. And it appears to be a young woman's room. Mementos, perhaps a soft fleece animal, which looks very old and very worn. A robe tossed over the back of the chair, which is clearly a woman's robe. And on the other side, you see a more, not militarian room, but more something which is more uniform, something which is more disciplined and less decorative. The room is functional, but there are small things in there which kind of give you pause, and obviously this has been lived in, and I think you would probably make the assumption that this was Samuel's room.
Okay, so can I just check? She's come in through a door.
Yes.
And how are the two rooms situated behind? Because you said there was a corridor, but then there was two rooms. I was a little bit...
So she stood in a corridor, and there's two rooms on each side, so there is a corridor between these two rooms.
Oh, okay, fine, okay.
So this space beyond, it's not very big, but the space beyond you can see has had two partitioning walls put up. So there's room on each side, and then a central kind of corridor.
Okay, right.
And you can see a door behind her at the end of the corridor, which you would assume is a washroom of some kind.
Okay. Hello. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to disturb you. My name's Elora. We met back down where by the front gates of the town. I think we did speak briefly.
Yes, of course.
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know your name. It was rude of me, but everything was going on all at once, and I didn't think to ask.
Not to worry. There's been a lot going on, and a lot on people's minds. I'm Lena.
Okay, Lena. That's lovely. Thank you. As I say, Elora. I was wondering. Are you all right, my love, my dear? Are you okay? You don't look very okay.
I don't think anybody is okay nowadays. Certainly, closure will help everyone. But I must confess that I have been crying, as you can see.
Yes.
Please don't worry about me. I will be fine. It is the people of this town that I must turn my attention to ensure that they can recover as quickly as possible. That is my duty.
Yeah, I do understand that. Yeah, a lot's happened in a short space of time for me as well, but I won't bore you with that. In fact, you really wouldn't want to know. It's perhaps better if you don't. The fallout from all of this is bad enough, as you can see. Is there something that I can do to help, to be useful? I would like to help.
You've already done far more than anybody could ask for this town. But I take it from this conversation that you're not one to sit by idly.
No, there is a lot going on out there in the world, and no, I'm afraid we have our own orders sent down by the church in Thraben, which was bestowed upon someone else, who unfortunately was a friend who has fallen along the way. So we have taken on his missive, and we are going to see it through to its conclusion on his behalf. And unfortunately, we keep running into what look like ever worsening situations. Otto, our friend, who is the shape-shifter, if you like, the druid, he has taken our lovely Esther, who is one of our party, and another chap that we have met recently. They have gone with the miners back to the mine to do what needs to be done there. And hopefully we will have more answers They may not be the ones we want, but hopefully we will have more answers by the time they get back. They could be gone a couple of days. I don't know. However long that takes is what it takes. In the meantime, obviously, our transport remains here. And there's myself and Ogvar, who's around someplace. I should imagine he'll be along presently. He did say he might come here and meet up with us. And we're here to help in any way that we can. So, is there something that we can do to aid you in what you need to do? What would help to lift people's spirits, do you think? I know it doesn't wash away memories, but...
She looks at you, and her hand comes up to her throat, where, not something you noticed before, but you can see a silver locket about her neck, hanging down over her robes quite prominently, and she comes up to play with it, and her hands, grasp it, and it's clearly a sign of comfort. Well, if you and yours would be so obliged, I believe this town owes you a debt that we could never repay fully. And if there is anything that we can do to assist you in your tasking, then please let me know, and I will make the arrangements to help you in any way possible. But for now, I believe there was a celebration, both celebration and wake, to be held. People are settling and seeing to their loved ones for now, but this evening we plan to hold a celebration of the lives lost and a celebration for the lives returned. If you and yours would like to assist with those preparations, then I would be more than happy for the extra hands.
Absolutely. Yes. What is it that we can do? Are you decorating? Is it food preparation that's required? What did you have in mind? I can turn my hand to anything, and I'm sure I can rustle up some extra hands too.
That would be most useful if you could. So there are a couple of things. We will need indeed food. No celebration is a true celebration without anything to eat. There will need to be some decorating. We plan to have our celebration outside the church in our central square here, mostly on the side next to the Barb and Flower. So yes, decoration. I'm able to do the preparations in the church, and what else is needed? I apologise. It's the first time I've had to arrange any of this on my own.
I'm sure. Elora will put a hand upon her hand and just give it a light squeeze. I think, Elora's not an unfeeling person, and I think she's become more so as time has gone on. It's just the amount of loss. It's not something that anybody can ignore.
She pops her hand over yours and squeezes it. She blinks hard, blinking away clearly some mist in her eye. Yes, sorry. Decorations, yes. We will need things like flowers and garlands. Living wood. I'll need to get some living wood from the forest. The food. I was going to ask. Old Bell if he would help with the food. Bell from the Elderflower and Rhubarb, our tavern. I was going to ask if he could assist with preparing the food, but there's quite a few hungry mouths to feed, so it might require a bit of work. Well, I think that should be it. Everything should be covered with decorations and food.
I'll rally some extra hands. I'll go and speak to Ogvar, and he's a man of the woods. He'll know what to get. We'll go and get your living wood. I'll go and speak to Bell, you say, at the rhubarb and elderflower. We've got some things that we can offer. We'll go and have a chat to him and see what he would like us to do. And we'll come back and see you a little later see if we find you here, or we'll track you down maybe.
I shouldn't be too far from the church. I won't stray far.
No, of course. Well, it's been a pleasure. It's a shame it's under these circumstances, but we should be here for a few days, I should imagine. I'll go and find Ogvar. And if you need us, well, we won't be far either. And Elora will just smile at her, and she's not going to dwell. The situation is obviously a little awkward, and she's obviously... Lena is obviously quite emotional, and sometimes you just have to let people work through these things. You can't take away the pain from someone, so you just have to let them work it through for themselves to a degree. Elora will just smile, and she'll sort of turn around and gently walk out, and she'll throw her head back over her shoulder and say, by the way, this church is absolutely beautiful. Maybe I'll spend a little time here before we leave. She'll smile again, and then she
smiles back at you as you say that.
Oh, on the way, where is the collection plate? Is it by the door, or is it further down towards the altar?
It's towards the altar at the other end of the church.
Right. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Mental note to self. Okay, fine. Yep. And she's just going to leave the church and quietly shut the door behind her.
Elora, as you emerge from the church, I'm just going to say that you've probably been looking around town for a little bit as well, and been around town and had a bit of a look around before you went to the church. So as you leave the church, you are just stood outside, perhaps taking a moment to think and to process, maybe to kind of pass through the request almost that you've been given to help prepare for essentially a celebration of a kind. When you will see Ogvar approaching.
Excuse me. Elora will probably have quite a wistful look on her face. Mixed emotions, but quite wistful. She'll look up, and as soon as she sees Ogvar, she's going to brighten. She'll have a nice smile on her face, and she'll just wave. Hi, Ogvar, are you all right? Did you what did you get up to?
A bit of this and a bit of that, and I went around having a look round for some. The best way to put it, some medicine for some people of the town. See if it would help at all. I used Portia's book, you see, and I thought there might be some medicinal purposes to some of the mushrooms.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, just perhaps not turn anybody into a cow.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that'll come out as quite a dirty laugh, and then she'll just leave that. Well, in that case, you are definitely the man for the job that I've got some tasking for us. I've just spoken to the priestess. Her name is Lena, by the way.
Okay.
Or Lena, by the way. That church is a really pretty church. It's so well kept. It's clean. It's tidy. It's very spick and span. It's a nice church. I did notice though when she came through from one of the back corridors, she'd clearly been upset. She tried to cover it, but she'd obviously been upset. They are they're going to organise some kind of a celebration, she called it. A celebration of the lives of those that didn't return and a celebration for those that did. They want to decorate the town. She's going to decorate the church, apparently, but they want to decorate in the town, and this celebration is being held just up behind, well, to the side of the church, just kind of out the front of, like, the rhubarb and elderflower.
Oh, yes.
And she said that they kind of need food, because there's quite a lot of people to feed. Everybody's going to be out in the town, I would imagine, apart from the miners and whatnot. But she wants things like flowers and living wood. And I thought, you know what, let's help with that. So I'm thinking, right, we've got shovels and picks and things like that back on the ship that we got from Saltstone. We could grab some shovels and maybe go out into the forest just outside the walls here and maybe find some saplings or, I don't know, some kind of pretty plants or just things that are growing in abundance, not things that look rare, but you're just the man to guide for that. So you think we can get some things, some vines and things like that, whatever might be out there, to do some decorations, perhaps?
Oh, I see no reason why not. No, yes, we could certainly do that. I would like to just nip in. Would you, Lena? Would you say?
I think it was Lena. I think she said Lena.
Oh, I'm just going to go pop in there and see if she's making use of what I found this morning, and then yes, we can go out, I suppose, and have a little look about.
Well, I'll tell you what. Elora's going to shuffle in her pockets. She's going to go back in with Ogvar while Ogvar talks to Lena. She feels compelled to put something substantial in the collection plate.
Okay.
So she'll trail him behind Ogvar. She's going to let Ogvar introduce himself, I think. He's a man of his own.
So yeah, Ogvar will go in and...
Yeah, after you, Ogvar.
Okay. So Ogvar steps through. Hello. I assume she's still in the main room, or has she disappeared off?
Yeah, she is still in the main room, and you see her stood up by the altar praying as you call out. And as you call out, she turns to face you.
Hello there. I'm Ogvar. But points at Elora. I'm with Elora, who I believe you've already met. Are you okay?
She turns fully to face you. She fully turns and begins to walk up the church towards you. It's a pleasure to meet you, Ogvar. I will be all right. And are you? Are you fine?
Oh yes,
I understand
okay.
Your experience must have been harrowing.
Oh yes, it wasn't the best day, I must admit, but yes, we've been travelling this path for a little while now, and it's never easy, but we have experienced loss within our party, and it's not the best, but at least I have an appreciation of what the people of this town are going through.
She inclines her head gently towards you. Yes, may Avacyn bless them.
Oh, yes, quite so. I suppose I'm here to, well, I try to help in whichever way I can, and I'm not sure if this is the time or the place, but I know that there's people who are ill or weak. So I've been round and I have a small interest in mushrooms, you see, and there are some mushrooms which I've managed to find which have properties which may be beneficial to them if you're agreeable to using such things, if that's okay. And we'll proceed then to explain what he's collected and what they do.
Okay. She listens raptly, and you can tell that she is paying attention to what you're saying. And as you explain, she nods along. And yes, I can see how that would be useful. Yes. And as you finish your explanation, Elora, are you in the church as well? Yes, you are, aren't you? You're in the church as well.
Yeah, she's wandered down towards the altar, but obviously she can still hear them speaking.
Yeah, sure. She turns to almost kind of include you in the conversation, Elora. Well, I believe I made the request of the good Elora here to perhaps assist with some of the preparations required for a celebration this eve. And those mushrooms of yours sound mighty useful, and if you would not be adverse, maybe you could instruct me or show me where you found these for future use. But perhaps the most efficient distribution of such a natural remedy would be to include them in tonight's feast or dinner of a kind. Would they still be as potent if I suppose cooked?
Yes, I suppose they would be. Yes, I mean they're not strong, though potent. Then, but yes, they will. I suppose any and all would benefit from them, and I certainly don't intend on putting anything in there that's harmful. So, yes, we can do that. Yes, I'm more than happy to show you where these are growing in well, just under your nose, really.
She laughs. She kind of gives a little, almost cut off, abrupt little laugh at that. Yes, it is funny how Avacyn offers unto us from the land.
Yes, well, I suppose I can just keep them for now, and then when we, Laura said you would appreciate if we went out and looked for some bits and bobs in the forest, so we can do that for you, and then when we come back we can get it all sorted out.
Maybe while we're out looking for some living wood and flowers, maybe we could, we've got to nip back to the ship. Maybe we could also look for some wild garlic, and I have several fresh loaves of bread, and we have a very good cook aboard the Elysian Shadow there, and maybe I can have a word with him and he can rustle something up and work with Ogvar to include some of his lovely medicines there that would just maybe help everybody get a little bit of rest. You know, just lighten the spirits and just ease their suffering a little.
Any comfort that can be offered is more than appreciated.
Yeah. She looked to Ogvar and she smiles, and she's going to turn back to the collection plate. Has it got much in it?
There are a couple of coppers and some silver. Yeah.
Right. Elora's going to very quietly turn her back, stand in front of the collection plate, and she is going to drop 50 gold pieces quietly into the collection plate, and then surreptitiously just put her hand back in her pocket and turn around as if, you know, she hadn't been there at all.
Okay. Yeah. I'll let you have that one. I'm not going to make you ask you to make a check for that. Okay, you do that. You drop 50 gold pieces in.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, she will have got that out of her pouch when she was outside the church, because she knew that she was going to leave something, and when Ogvar said he was going in, it was the ideal opportunity for her to actually just get that out and pop that in her hand ready.
Sure.
Elora knows that they have huge amounts of wealth sitting on that ship, and she has her own personal money as well, and that's where she's got this from initially. It seems like nothing to her, but it would mean a lot to the church.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. You leave a donation.
Victim support.
Okay.
Yes.
Ogvar just sees and just nods. And, shall we go, Elora, and find what we're after?
Oh, yeah, absolutely, Ogvar. We'll, let's pop back and see Paul, pick up some bits and pieces that we need and see what we can do about this decoration, yeah?
Okay.
Let's make it special.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
So, once again, Elora will smile and retreat once more to the door, I guess.
Okay. Lovely. So you retreat, you leave the church, you head back outside and head back up towards the ship.
Yep.
Okay, yeah.
I will. Yep.
Okay. So, skipping back then, Otto. By the midday point, you have arrived at the outside of the mine. This small clearing where various bits of equipment are or have been left, overturned, abandoned. And the gaping maw of the first chamber awaits you.
Okay. Well, I think as we get closer, Otto will explain to everyone his intentions, and he will turn back into a bear to divest himself of all of the tools that we've been somehow carrying all this way.
But back into a human?
No, so he's walked there as a human.
I thought he was loaded up with all the stuff.
No, he wild shaped back into a human because he takes all the stuff with him.
Oh, I see. Sorry. Okay. Continue.
No, it's okay.
My mistake.
No, not at all. So yeah, so once he sort of turned back into a bear, he'll explain to them all that they should get ready for some unpleasantness, even only a short way into the cave. And he'll explain that obviously they should take it slowly, start from just the first ones in. They might want to gather some flowers or some wild garlic if there's any around here to put in front of their noses before they start the work, and we'll sort of divvy up the different chores that you can think of amongst the folks. He's not averse to giving Davey one of the naughtier jobs. He gets to drag the bodies out and to bag them up, but to make sure things are safe while they're getting themselves organised, Otto is going to walk back into that cave.
Okay.
Alone this time. Well, in fact, no, tell you what, he'll take Kaif with him, because Kaif's seen this before, and I think he wants to find reasons to trust him. If Kaif is willing, he'll wander into the cave. They'll wander into the cave together. Just make sure that there is nothing else there that might be a threat.
Okay. Roll initiative. No, I'm not that mean. Okay. So you start giving instructions.
I disagree.
God.
Rude.
Shark.
So you... What?
Shark.
Yeah, and so you start giving instructions to the men around. You start divvying them up. Obviously, you know in the interior of the mine, having been in there recently, and where obviously the points of required tidying are. You were able to kind of give them an overview, say, divvy them up on... I'm going to assume you're going to do this floor by floor. You're not going to send them up into the top and spread them about. You're going floor by floor. So you're able to say kind of floor by floor, right, okay, that third chamber, or the fourth chamber in, they've set up a bunch of iron bars, those need to come down, so you'll need X, Y, and Z to do that, etc, etc. Davey isn't happy about this. He grumbles and makes noises about, oh, it's my bloody mining operation, this, that and the other. But the men ignore him. They are not interested anymore, really, in Davey. He's lost a lot of his reputation. Giving them the hint about finding some garlic and finding some kind of something to perhaps mask the spell. Esther takes Evan under her wing. Come along then, let's go find something, a bit, perhaps some mint or some garlic. I've got some spare hankies. As she kind of chivies him along into the surrounding woodland to try and find something eau de naturel to cover up the scent. Heading into the mine yourself with Kaif, you are greeted with the familiar sight of its interior. You pass through the first couple of chambers up to the third chamber where you had your tower set up with no issues. You can see the remnants of smashed minecart, puddles of goo. You can see remnants of where you have been previously. But otherwise, everything appears quiet.
Okay. Well, I think Otto will have to change shape to go deeper into the caves, so he'll warden cave first and turn into the shape of a troll.
Yeah.
Feel a bit more secure being able to do that, squeeze through the gaps that a bear can't. Alright, Kaif, you stay behind me now, and we'll just make our way in nice and easy like. Otto's intention is to recce the whole place. We've made sure the first floor is clear, but he's going to go up to the second floor as well, just make sure there's absolutely nothing in here that's a threat, and then he'll come back and watch over the miners as they clear up things, just ready to deal with anything that might jump out of them.
Okay, so as you make your way up to the second floor, tell me the precise route. Obviously the first floor is a direct route round. Tell me the precise route, because the second floor is where you've got some deviation. So where exactly are you going?
So I think what he's going to do is just to do the old-fashioned follow the left-hand side round. I do remember that obviously there was basically a pillar set up in the middle that we had alternative ways to go around, but we're just following around the left-hand side. Once we checked out then the main chamber where we fought that amalgam, then he'll come back and check out anything else remaining that he's missed.
Okay, so you make your way around. You go through this. You go up the ramp, up the incline to the second floor, where you had the almost like a living area with the iron bars, the iron gate. You take a quick scout into this area where you had the sludge. Walking into the main room, you this kind of almost like the centre of the second floor. I think it's very easy for you to say that this area with this very long, almost pill-shaped pillar of rock is the middle of this floor. You enter into that, you trace the left-hand side round, you go through the secret door which you found, into the storeroom area, then up to the third floor, and then as you come back down you enter back into the storeroom area, and then the only two places you've got this slightly squarer room and then the area where all of the survivors were caged up left.
Check the squarer room first. Again, just keep an eye on as we go and make sure that nothing has noticeably changed, and then make our way to where the survivors were previously.
Okay, give me a second, please. Okay. Okay. Does a 19 hit your flat-footed AC?
Oh no!
Fuck.
As a troll, let's find out.
Oh, he's gone into troll form. Oh, right.
Yeah, he's in troll mode.
Oh, God.
I'm just trolling you, don't worry.
Bit.
For a druid, it's like putting your Crocs into sports mode.
When did he turn back? When did he turn back into a troll? Sorry, I didn't get that in my notes. I missed that.
Like 2 minutes ago.
Yeah, just as it was going through the first floor, because obviously some of the areas down there were a bit narrower for a bear. Yes, a 19 would hit flat-footed.
Excellent. So a 19 will hit your flat-footed. It's not going to do a lot of damage. You take 4 points of damage.
Ow.
And you will then also take 4 points of strength damage for the next minute.
Whoa. That's bad.
And I need you to make me a will saving throw, please.
Been there, done that one.
Okay. Yeah, you have. Yeah. So let's see.
And I will need to roll for Kaif as well, seeing as he's right behind you. That's definitely going to hit Kaif with an 18 plus stuff.
Okay.
So Kaif will also take 3 points of damage, 3 points of strength damage, and temporary strength damage, that is. And then he will need to make a... He's fine on the will saving throw.
That's good. I've got 13 on the dice plus 12 for 25 for the will save.
You're fine. As you are walking through this square room, it is again cloying. There is a lot of smoke, a lot of haze. It's blood red, thanks to these burning candles. You feel something strike you, and it is sapping. Your energy is severely depleted. You wobble, you feel on the verge of falling asleep, but you're able to kind of steel yourself, and your eyelids feel like lead, but you're able to pry them open.
Can I... Obviously something has struck me. Can I see what that is?
You can make me a contested spot check, please. This went up a bit recently, so fingers crossed. So
it wouldn't apply, would it apply?
Oh no, it hasn't done yet, has it? Supposed to. So we've got 11.
No, not yet.
11 plus 18 for 29.
Oh, 29. Okay. Excellent, that is good. You look around trying to figure out what the hell has hit you. Behind you, you hear Kaif yelp as well, as he's also been struck. And your past experiences with Elora in this room, you too kind of, you've been in here before and you couldn't see anything back then. And you still can't see anything now. All that's in this room is haze and a grey swirling mist that seems to eddy in the ceiling.
Ceiling, huh? Right. Well, as we can't see this thing too clearly...
Roll initiative.
The only thing to do is to roll d20. Alright. Well, historically low. Not that unusual for me. So I've got a 6 on the dice, so we have got 7 in total.
Okay. 1 second. Okay, so you had a 7.
Yep.
Okay. Rolled a 2 naturally, which is shocking. And yeah, no, it goes first. 16 on the dice there. 15 total.
Damn it, it's the 2 that I didn't cast Mage Armor Greater on. Damn it.
Yep. Classic. And what we're going to do is we're going to leave that for next time.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
Enjoy.
Fabulous.
Wow. I wasn't expecting that.
I thought we'd left something behind, but I wasn't certain.
When he turned into a bear, I thought to myself, Elora engaged herself with ecclesiastical matters, as a visit to the church was very much on her agenda, and in an honest chat with Lena, she offered her help and support. Ogvar was next to enter the house of Avacyn, accompanied by Elora, who made her second visit in quick succession. Mushrooms for managing maladies, melancholy and misery were the main topic here, as the sorceress surreptitiously slipped a sum of coins onto the collection plate. Meanwhile, the men, plus an enigmatic Esther, had finally reached the mine. Work crews were organised, Davey was still proving to be a problem for our druid, and some scented herbs were sought in an attempt to mask the many acrid odours. Thanks for listening, and join us next week, folks, for episode 196.